What's up guys, back with another review, and this time it's a Disney Store Toybox Spider-Mobile. And what is going on behind me? It's just, oh, it's The Incredibles. Anyways, I've actually been wanting to pick up this guy for a while now, and you know, since the Spider-Man movie's out, it kind of reminded me of him, and I'm like, oh, now's a good time, why not? Now as for the movie though, Far From Home, did I like it? It's like, There were some good parts, but then there were also some other parts, like key moments that kind of ruined the movie for me, but I don't know, maybe I'll talk about it later. But either way, right now, it's pizza time, or spider time. Just starting with the box front, we get a bunch of stickers, an open window, and some wording here. The Spider-Man Spider-Mobile Spider set. That is totally not what that says. Here's one side showing Spider-Man in his high-flying driving action, and then whoosh! Here's the other side with a semi-open window and Spider-Man with his big face. There's the top, and then here's the bottom with like every single language imaginable. And here's the back with a, nope, that's the side again. Here's the back with a nice glam-tam shot of Spidey and his Spider-Mobile. Some other figures here, which I also already have. And of course, the UPC. And there he be, guys, Spider-Man and his Spider car. Although honestly, I'm not really sure why he would need one, because I mean, he is Spider-Man after all. But hey, maybe he'll impress MJ. But either way, let's go and take this bad boy for a spin. Starting with the Spider Dude, we get a nicely sculpted head in the nice art style of the now defunct Disney Infinity game. I do like the eyes here. They got some nice paint and all that stuff's nice and clean actually. Nice and big too. And the little webbing up here is actually sculpted in, which is nice. And the body looks really nice as well. Pretty simple overall design, but it also has a sculpted in webbing, and you gotta love that little spider symbol. It's actually very clean and crisp. And I think the suit design overall is kind of going for the homecoming look, but meh, still cool. And going on the back here, you got his spider symbol there on the back, which I always thought looks more like a tick than a spider, but hey, you know, that's my opinion. And he's got a big hole there, which I don't know what's for. Pretty clean paint job right there, though there's a little blob right there, and he's built. And here's his buff, tough arms here, nicely sculpted as well. Lots of muscles, and overall it's sculpted in this red here, with this blue being the paint, the only paint, but they also sculpted in the webblings there, so that's definitely a nice touch. Overall, great sculpting. He's got the hand here with his web whip whip hand, and then he's got the open hand so he can hold the steering wheel, although, you know, 10 and 2 can't really do that with this hand. And moving into his leggy doo-doos. He's got some really skinny thighs there, although they are molded in that blue color and not painted like the top portion, and you can tell because it's actually a separate piece that's glued on right to the boots, as you can see there. And the boots are actually molded in that red plastic there with some sculpted in webblings, and then you got his little web boot shoes there, and then that little blue strip is actually the paint, so that's a pretty nice touch. Got little heel guards there as well, although he's got nothing on his feet except Lego jumbo fart. And for articulation, his head rotates in a circle there with a little bit of side to side and some up, and down. And his arm also rotates and has a pretty decent shoulder joint there, 90 degrees, as well as his elbow rotating in a circle there and going up and down, and it has a little elbow lip there, which is pretty fancy. And then his hand also rotates in an orbit and does the flappy do. And his waist swivels, party time, and his legs go that far forward and a pretty decent way back, and they also do the splits. Whoa, look at that, super crazy splits. And his knee also bends about 90 degrees, and it also rotates. What? And his foot also goes that far forward, that far back, and it spins as well. This thing has more articulation than a Mattel Basic and way more than a Hasbro Basic. What? That's Disney magic for ya. Thwip. And moving into the Spider-Mobile. Look at a fancy pantsy smancy, awesomely, fantastically cool design. The front here has some nice headlights, and then you got these two things right here, which are actually buttons. Lights up the headlights and everything. Quiet. Oh god, that's so loud. I'll talk about the sounds later. But anyways, you got some nicely sculpted webblings here, and overall it's a pretty decent plastic, pretty sturdy. Got the nice Spidey plate right up here, because you know you gotta have place to be legal. Then you got this little bar right here, you know, to protect the car in case he runs over or into any bad guys. I mean, you don't want dings, right? No bad guys, whatever. Anyways, you got these little webblings that go all the way around as well. kind of glued there. Pretty thin, but like I said, pretty decent plastic. Then you got the awesome wheels right here with the Spidey logo. That's what they look like when they spin. Super awesome. Now this portion is actually made of plastic, and then this the wheel here is actually made of rubber. Like, this is actually really hard rubber. You wouldn't be able to tell from the treads, but you can definitely feel it from this side. Then you got some more of that kind of railing guard here for, you know, stepping up and all that stuff or whatever. And then you got the tire back here, the really big one. Awesome. And the wheels are actually connected together, so they're not individual. So, you know, front, back. And then you got the back here with the awesome, like, mufflers. I mean, look at that. It's like 4 mufflers, so it's a 4-cylinder engine most likely, but it looks super awesome. And just look at that. It's got a nice chrome paint and everything. Then of course you guys probably were like, what is this? It's a hook. I mean, it's a hook. It pulls out, and then you push the button, and then it retracts. I mean, I guess it's great for grabbing bad guys. Jail time, bad guys. And then the back here, as you can see, has little pegs right there, which you can actually put a figure on top of. You can see little Spidey comes with these little peg holes there. Just kind of line them up like so, and then he can just kind of stick them on the back just like that. And now he's like, you know, just hanging on the back, and you can do, I don't know, maybe a little Titanic. Do Celine Dion copyrighted song. And another cool thing about this little thing right here is it's actually a trunk. Pops right open just like that. It's just a regular plastic hinge there, nothing too specific or and then you got some peg holes on the inside there, so I guess you could put the people there. And I mean, you can store stuff like, I don't know, how about we put this little Marvel Legends Thanos head right in there. That should fit just nicely, you know, just kind of store that and just drive around with that. Don't get pulled over. And then on the interior here, you got some nice plastic seats here. Look very comfortable, you know, plastic. That's the best thing to sit on. And then it looks like there's a pretty decent amount of leg room in there, as you can see. So we'll see what type of figures we can fit in there later in the review. Hopefully we can put some Marvel Legends. Then you got the steering wheel right here. That's fairly flexible, not too hard, so it shouldn't break if you accidentally hit it. And it spins in a circle, which is great. Although one thing I have to warn is this windshield little rim right here. This is the most delicate part of this car. You probably will break it if you sit on it, so definitely be careful about that. And on the bottom here, it's pretty plain, pretty smooth, although there is some sculpting on it, which is pretty nice. The front right up here has these speaker holes and then the on-off switch for the sound effects. And then the back here is the battery port cover, which houses 3 AAA batteries, which are included. Thank you very much, Mr. Disney. You're welcome. And for the sound effects, they have 2 buttons, as you saw earlier. The right button makes the voice sounds, and the left button makes all the engine sounds. There's 3 voices and 4 engines. Let's go and hear them. Oh, and they light up the little headlights too every time you push them.
It's web swinging time. My spider sense is tingling. You know what it is I love about being Spider-Man? Everything.
Alright, now let's go and put Spidey in the Spider-Mobile. Let's see how well he fits. Obviously, just bend his legs there. Just kind of put him in just like so. Pretty decent leg room is... Whoa. Now he's a passenger. And nope, that didn't work. Anyways, lots of leg room there, as you can see. And then put his hands on the steering wheel. He's got that little hole there, or that little open hand, so he can kind of hold that there. Okay, there we go. That's much better. Looks much nicer. Got lots of leg room there, as you can see. Plenty of room there. Probably can fit some other figures. We'll try that in a bit. And he's got his hand 10 and 2, even though it's flip hand, so that's not too bad. Let's see if we can fit another figure. It is Natasha Romanoff, aka the Black Widow. We'll go ahead and bend her legs there and put that in. Also from the Toybox line, so she should fit just nicely. Oh, there we go. Now he's got a passenger or a girlfriend, one of the two, whichever you want. And the leg room is pretty decent as well. They're really loose, so I'm having high hopes for other figures. That's what they look like in the car. Really, this is really cool. Look at that. They're just having a joyride. Woo! Don't. Here's a Toybox Black Panther. Looks pretty awesome. I'm actually liking that. His hand actually goes on the little rim out here. It fits perfectly. Staring at Spider-Man. Is he sleeping on him? And here's Hulk. That doesn't fit quite too well there. It might make it work there. And I don't know. Let's go and add Hulk Buster here. Put him on the back. See if that works out. And hey, look at that. That kind of works, right? Or not. Alright, let's go and pop him out. And what I really want to see if I can fit a Marvel Legend in here. Let's go and pull out the Marvel Studios 10-year Captain America here, the Marvel Legends. And we'll just go ahead and see if straighten his legs out there. See if that fits. Ooh, that is, nope, that is not, what, just foot's, alright, come on, let's go, let's get it, okay, this kind of works, kind of, sort of. Looking at the legs there, he's pretty maxed out there. Let me get a light. Here's a flashlight to show you his feet right there. They're pretty much pinned against the wall, so this is as best as you can do with the Marvel Legends. I mean, I guess it kind of works. It looks he's just too big for it, guys. I don't think Marvel Legends really works. Yeah, no, that yeah, still, yeah, that just doesn't work. Oh, but the Marvel Legends Iron Spidey actually does. Check that out. That actually works pretty well, and he's got quite a bit of leg room there as well, huh? Well, there you go. Let's try this, and hey, look at that. Now you got both Spider-Mans in there. You got the Toybox and the Marvel Legends Iron Spider. That's pretty cool. I'm digging it. Ooh, check this out, guys. It's a Hasbro Basic Spider-Man Far From Home figure and the Into the Spider-Verse Spider-Gwen. They fit perfectly fine. Plenty of leg room, too. And, well, yet Spider-Man and his girlfriend. Perfectly fitting. Hey, check this out. I added a whole bunch more figures, and now it's a Spider Potty Car. Check that out. Pretty nice, huh? Actually, the peg holes right here worked really well for the Marvel Legends one. So that's actually pretty cool. What do you think, Thanos?
Who said my name?
And now for some comparisons. Here he is next to some other Disney Store Toy Box figures that I have, as well as my favorite here, the Hulk Buster. I mean, check this out. His head opens up and it's Tony Stark, and it lights up too. And here he is next to some Hasbro Basic Into the Spider-Verse, Far From Home, and Endgame Basic figures. And here's some $20 figures. Well, guys, overall, this is one really cool toy. It's a lot cooler than I thought it would be based on the box. Oh, and as for the Spider-Man Far From Home movie, it was cool up until the part where Peter gives his glasses to Mysterio. I mean, it's like, dude, seriously, I mean, I know he's 16, but I mean, come on, like, what 16-year-old do you know is that dumb? I mean, he's Peter Parker. He's supposed to be smart, and he's just, oh my... That part really irritated me, because I mean, he could have gave it to Hulk, he could have gave it to Hawkeye, he could have gave it to Falcon, who's like AKA the next Captain America, or hey, I don't know, maybe how about Pepper Potts, his wife? So yeah, that part really bugged me. But aside from that and other issues, it was a pretty good movie. Anywho, dudes, thanks for joining me on another review, and until the next one, I will catch you guys later. Peace.